Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is Dyad in the Force. Today, we do have some interesting news to talk about. We'll be talking about the whole Dave Filoni promotion situation. We'll be diving deep into the implications of the Rangers of the New Republic situation. We're going to talk about episode 4 of The Bad Batch, and we're going to find out exactly what percentage of Wrecker we all are. We're talking about that here. Oh, and of course, sorry, I almost missed it. We have the second qualifier, the Clone Wars quiz on Kahoot later in the show. That's all happening right now on Dyad in the Force.
Unseen for generations, a Dyad in the Force.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dyad in the Force. A very important one. I think all of them are important, but this one in particular, this is the Clone Wars qualifier, Dyad in the Force. We have a lot to talk about today. Let's say hello to everyone in the chat. We have Cal, Kieran Barr, Darth Choco, David Fahey or Fahy, Harith Productions, Jesse Ritson, Masa, Mentally Ill Sith Lord Jesse, Theodore Calv, Tommy P, Jupiter Triple Sevens, Brooke, Ace Bronx. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Can anyone join the Kahoot? Yes, anyone can join the Kahoot. If you have already qualified as of last week, you can, but it's just highly discouraged because your name's you're already qualified. Nothing happens. Fahi or Fahi? I mean, that phonetic is
Doesn't help.
It's like, how do I say fa? Is that I'm just going to default to fa.
I'm reading that as Fahe.
Fahe? Well, okay, David Fahe, or Fahi.
Yeah, probably Fahi.
David Fahy. Okay. Well, welcome to Dyad in the Force. As Choco said, we have a lot to talk about with Dave Filoni recently getting a website update. We're also going to take a quiz for what percentage wrecker we are. And just the implications of Filoni's new position, or quote-unquote new position, as well as the Bad Batch episode 4 discussion. And okay, Fahi. Yeah, the second qualifier. So stick around for that. That's going to be happening at 3 p.m., which is about 50 minutes. So we have a lot to talk about within those 50 minutes. Small little announcement for you guys. Super chats are currently disabled for the time being, so refer to my pinned message on the chat if you do want to support this show. Link is in that message to provide tips for us to buy us some ramen until I can sort out some issues with YouTube. But yeah, that'll be how you can support us for the time being. So let's get started with our first topic, which is, of course, in Filoni we trust, right?
Absolutely.
Trades,
yeah,
publications, all saying he is now the executive creative director. Choco, can we get some clarification on this?
Yeah. So I mean, this has been the buzz around town. We have talked about it a little bit, but mostly this news is about a website update more than anything else, because he was promoted a little while ago. Last year. It looks like it was, officially happened this past summer. But yeah, he's been on the road for a while, and they just, and it's normal that you haven't updated everything. First, make the decision, then they tell the person, then the information kind of disseminates. The last thing they're thinking about is a website update, but that's what really got everyone excited. It's great news, though, and it's great publicity for the company.
Yeah, and if you think about it, guys, it makes sense. It tracks, and visit Darth Choco's YouTube channel. We did an initial reaction video on the news as well. YouTube.com/DarthChocolate7, or did you...
No, it's just Darth Choco now.
Awesome. YouTube.com/Darth Choco for that video. But essentially, I mean, this is what happens in the real world, at least. When I was working at a game studio, I was working there for at least a year before I was on the team officially on the website. So this is how it happens, and it tracks with the amount of projects he is overseeing. So ever since last summer, ever since the success of The Mandalorian, he came out with the Investor Day announcement that he's overseeing Ahsoka, Mandalorian Season 3, and Book of Boba Fett, and he's serving as EP on all of them, just like Kathleen Kennedy is. And so it makes sense that he has adopted or absorbed more responsibility in Lucasfilm. But we do we do run into a complication here, which is Rangers of the New Republic, which Variety is reporting on. So let's
sort of.
Yeah, sort of. Let's switch over to the data pad. And this is the Wrecker quiz, but let's switch on over here. So what are they saying about Rangers of the New Republic? Well,
so one of the big reasons I wanted to make sure we talked about this is because it's big news that it's not in active development. People are speculating, is the project dead? Is everyone fired? Is this because of Gina Carano? And all this stuff. And every single article I have found talking about it is all referencing this Variety article. So that's why I always say, read the source. If they reference another source, click on it, go read it. Because where they're getting this information, it's pretty damn thin. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Mike Zero be like Civil War at Lucasfilm confirmed Filoni is going to steal Kathleen Kennedy's job. No, Kathleen Kennedy, like yeah, that's satire, Harith. I'm aware. I'm just saying. No, Kathleen Kennedy did not give away her job. Or she's not gonna.
In fact, she promoted Dave Filoni so that he now works directly under her.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like she, and so that is the paragraph we're kind of referring to here, so we can kind of check it out. And
which paragraph are we looking at?
The one above the related stories.
Okay.
Well, two above that one actually.
This one in December.
Up a little bit. Right there.
Okay, Lucas. Okay. You gonna read that?
Yeah, the one that starts with in December. There's lag on the stream, so that's why when I'm saying up or down, it's all right. So all of the news you guys have been hearing about Rangers of the New Republic, this is the source. This article on Variety, and let's read what it actually says, right? I'm going to read this whole paragraph. If you want to know more, I encourage you to read this entire article. Basically, this entire article is about Dave Filoni and his promotion. But this paragraph that people are getting their information from says, in December, Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy announced that Filoni and Favreau are executive producing several Mandalorian spinoffs for Disney+, including The Book of Boba Fett, which is currently shooting and premiering in December, and Ahsoka, starring Rosario Dawson, based on the character Filoni created in the Clone Wars. A third announced spinoff, Rangers of the New Republic, is not currently in active development. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what all of the hoopla and all these YouTube channels reporting on it is. They're reporting on that one sentence, right? A third announced spinoff, Rangers of the New Republic, is not currently in active development. Does that mean it's canceled?
No. So the language they're using in this paragraph is a bit tricky because there's it could be like active development or production. But essentially what this boils down to is they're currently working on Book of Boba Fett because that is this Christmas. And they're working on Ahsoka, which is supposedly going to be after Mandalorian season 3. So like it works in priorities here. I don't think. Now, do I think that Rangers of the New Republic is now lower on the totem pole in terms of priorities? I think so. I think they need to kind of redevelop that story. I think it was originally meant for Cara Dune, or at least be centered around her and some Rangers, right? But yes, Fahi says, wasn't there rumors that Hera Syndulla would be filling the space she left, Cara Dune, at least in Mando anyways. I don't think the rumors involved Hera replacing Cara in Mando. I think the rumors were saying that Hera was going to replace Cara in Rangers of the New Republic.
And additionally, if in Gina Carano's interview with Ben Shapiro, I was going to say, so she actually said that they were talking, Disney was talking to her, or Lucasfilm, sorry, was talking to her about a Cara Dune specific spinoff, and those talks just kind of vanished. So we actually don't know if that was Rangers of the New Republic or if there was a project that became Rangers of the New Republic. So there's just a lot we don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying to take this stuff with a grain of salt. Always read the source. Because it's literally one sentence. Could Rangers get canceled? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. But the wording here is not saying that. This is not a story saying that Rangers of the New Republic is canceled or is in danger of not being made. They're talking about, one show that's currently shooting because it's coming out in December. The next show, Ahsoka, which is coming on after that. And considering the amount of spinoffs that they have, it makes sense that some projects are not going to be in active development.
Yeah. There's a lot. You see, if we're thinking about it, a lot of those announcements aren't in current active development because they're several years down the pipeline. Theater says, I really hope they don't cancel Rangers of the New Republic. Believe it or not, the show I am most excited for. Yeah, I mean, they have a lot of announcements, a lot of shows incoming, and different strokes for different folks. Everyone has a different kind of preference or favorite. What excites them the most? Hello, 187th Legion. Julia Christine says, oh no, I am so late. You are not late. We started about 10 minutes ago and you have not missed the qualifier. I know the New Republic was largely demilitarized when we saw it in the sequel, so I'm desperate to see more of it. If you want to read more of it, you can in Bloodline by Claudia Gray. But yeah, I'd love to see that more of that timeline as well. Oh, excuse me.
I mean, yeah, even in that, there's still I mean, we do hear about them lowering their military and allowing, more of these planets to take care of themselves, and as a show of good faith, as they were just under military occupation for a couple decades.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely like to see more of that.
But yeah, so as Choco was saying, anytime you read a headline that is as sensational as that, or as, as large as a show being canceled, especially in the Star Wars universe or Lucasfilm, you want to dive into that article with Norton at your side, not Norton Antivirus, Norton Salt. And you want to do your due diligence. You want to see who their source or who they're citing as a source, because usually if it's sources close to Lucasfilm, it's that's shaky ground at best. I like to, whenever I see news articles, I like to say, according to Dave Filoni, according to the story group, according to Kathleen Kennedy, anything that is quotable is a great source of news. And if it's just someone that's speculating, then of course, the shaky ground. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, I don't think Rangers of the New Republic is, at the very least, canceled, like outright.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. At least not yet.
Yeah. Oh, Theodore has read Aftermath. Okay. I absolutely loved Aftermath and Bloodline books, and that's why I want to learn more about that timeline. Awesome. So clarification on this, I think we, just to reiterate, Dave Filoni has been the executive creative director at Lucasfilm since last summer, which led to all of these new shows that he's EP for. And yeah, this position was a website update. And I've already seen it since we did do our initial reaction video. We've already seen the YouTube videos and the headlines where, I mean, even Twitter, if we go up, even Twitter was kind of, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Like, and then Dave Filoni is probably reading all of these and is just like, thanks, but I've been
doing the job for like 8 months.
I wonder if he's allowed to tell anybody that's in his like close inner circle, if anyone knew. Like, maybe I should follow Dave Filoni on LinkedIn. Do you think he updates his LinkedIn position?
His LinkedIn profile, and just no fan has a thought to do so. I mean, I think that's possible.
Yeah. Let's see what the chat is saying. Julia Christine says, business-wise, they got to make some money back to have money to put into new projects. I mean, Disney's got bank. Disney is a bank. So, I mean, they announced 10 shows. And there's, and what is it? More than 50% of those shows is not like proven, right? Even the droids show. There is no like,
yeah, there's no precedent to say this is definitely going to be successful. So I have a morbid curiosity about droids because I can't watch the Squad arc. Like if Clone Wars pops up and it's blue,
yeah,
I don't know. I realize George, this is your favorite, but we'll see though. Certainly, certain things have surprised me. I mean, it's not Star Wars, but I've been surprised by the MODOK show. Like, how did this get made? Such a bizarre concept, but
that's out.
Here we are. Yeah, and they just dropped like all of it.
Wow, I did not realize that. When Loki comes out soon, doesn't it? Next week.
Don't remember what day it's dropping.
I know it was June, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's in June.
June 9? Let's see. June 4th. It can't be June 4th.
No, I could have sworn it was going to air every Wednesday.
Jesse says they only dropped one episode of MODOK.
I've watched 4 episodes, so I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, in Canada, it seems.
Okay. I was like, my computer built different, bruh.
Canada, home of the sorry and land of the didn't get that. It wasn't dropped at the same time. You don't get the same content.
Yeah, so they dropped 10 episodes here.
Dang. What's up, Chris? What's up, Star Wars lawyer? Thank you guys for tuning in. So let's move on to this quiz about what percentage of Wrecker we are before heading into episode 4 discussion. Land of the late releases. Absolutely, Jesse. Absolutely. Okay, so let's find out how what percentage of wrecker we are. First question is, how do you approach a problem? Jump in, ask for help, pass it off, plan a strategy. That reads to me at first, plan A, strategy. I'm going with strategy. What about you?
I am going with dropping the link in the chat just in case people want to find out their percentage.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, approach the problem. I definitely. So I'm kind of mixed between. My entire life has been plan a strategy, and so sometimes now I've started to jump in because I can overplan, but but my truest nature is to plan a strategy, so that's what I'm gonna go with. I have a feeling the diet is gonna end up pretty similar.
New angles though. It's plan A, strategy. That's our plan A.
No.
All right. Describe your style. Retro, fancy, functional. Style. Yeah, I'm going with functional. I'm gonna be so boring in this quiz.
Okay, so if I'm describing my style, which is funny because you guys have never actually seen it, but when I'm trying to like do something, I don't know, I feel like there's some Choco swag out there. Some of you guys have seen some pictures.
OnlyFans when?
I'm gonna go with fancy. I know I'm not fancy now, but I'm at home in front of my computer, or I'm talking about Star Wars stuff. I wear my Star Wars gear, but when I go out, I get down.
All right. You pick fancy, and then your homework for today is to listen to Twice Fancy.
Okay. Is that like Twice Baked Potatoes? Because if so, it's delicious.
Twice is a K-pop group. They have a song called Fancy. I think you'd enjoy it.
I'll check it out.
But I'm going with functional for me. What's your favorite exercise? Running,
weightlifting,
yoga, cycling, weightlifting. So my favorite exercise is actually Dance Dance Revolution. I'm just gonna go with running on this since there's nothing about it, or I could go with yoga because it's the closest to Yoda. But you're going with weightlifting?
Absolutely. I gotta say, Cal Cal in the chat says he bum rushed the quiz and got 100% record, which if you bum rush the quiz, you're gonna get 100% record.
You can say that again. Okay, question number 4. What scares you? Driving, heights, animals, flying. Isn't flying and heights the same thing? Well, not necessarily, but it's born out of the same fear. I love driving. Animals? I don't know. It would have to depend. But the animals around me, I'm not scared.
Mine is animals. Obviously, if it's a little bunny.
Yeah, but are you scared of Suki?
No, it's not every animal.
I know, but animals is very, very blanket.
Let's just put it this way. When I see someone like, their golden retriever comes around the corner, my first thought is, I might have to fight this dog.
All right. I might actually have to go with heights on this one. How do you relax? Reading. That's all I have to read. Reading, going out to eat, hanging out with friends, playing a sport. Reading, for sure. Ricka. 75% Ricka. Tommy P. and Theodore.
I'm going reading as well.
Chris is 25% Wrecker. Jesse is 75. A lot of 75% out there. What's your favorite color? No one should pick gray at all. Red, gray,
I have
beige,
more
white.
respect for gray than I do for beige.
Oh my gosh. How's it going, Heather Collins? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. Why beige? What is this? Like red? They could have went with primary first, right? Like for some reason.
I mean, so they went with like
a non-color, white.
They went with the color of their uniform, with their armor, and I think beige represents his skin tone. I don't know.
Oh,
There's no
man.
beige on the armor. I don't know. Why is that there? Of these colors, I'm going with white.
Kieran Barr says 100%.
White.
Are you white? Julia is 25%. Harith is 25%. Moss is 100%. Chris says Grey Jedi is my favorite color.
Damn it, Chris.
I'm going to go with red. Just because it's the closest thing to my favorite color, which is blue, black, red. If your friend needs help, what do you do? Finish what I'm doing, then help. Help right away, no matter what. Ask someone else to help them. Let them figure it out. This seems very self-righteous of me, but I have to help right away. I can see the cringes in the chat and like, come on. But that's what I would do. I mean, I make no apologies for that.
So all of these are valid answers depending on what help is needed.
Exactly.
It's so hard to answer.
If your friend is hanging off of the ledge of the building and you were tying your shoe, I think it would be
let them figure it out.
Oh man.
No. I'm choosing help right away because that is me.
But going off of your thing about every answer is valid, in certain situations, like if your friend is in fact hanging off of a ledge and you're sitting there being like, I gotta finish tying my shoe, that's when the answer is like, come on, dude.
Yeah. But if your friend is like, hey, I need advice on something, and you're sitting on the toilet, you're gonna finish what you're doing.
Nah, man, you gotta run out with the turtle head. I've got a turtle head poking out.
I mean, I suppose you could multitask, but
exactly.
But you can hear the echo. When I call someone and I hear the echo, I'm like, I'm gonna call you back.
Oh,
man.
that's so true. You can hear that shit. Okay. So a lot of people help right away. Cal 4. Yes. So we would help right away. Heather Collins says, did you hear about what happened with Rangers of the New Republic? We just finished discussing that. I don't think that is the case.
I recommend what we did, and you can always rewind and check it out, but we actually pulled up the source article. All of these articles are sourcing a specific post by Variety, and so we went to that Variety article and read what they had to say on it, and it's pretty thin, so it doesn't quite seem like the case, but we don't want to cover it again. So I recommend it once we're finished. You can rewind and check that part out.
Absolutely. Chris says, me hearing the echo, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you let me go. Right. What's up, Ben Ambrose? Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so on to this one. How do you handle defeat? I mean, come on, man. Learn from my mistakes. I get angry but move on. I'm a good sport. I never lose. Part of me wants to pick I never lose, but also the greatest teacher failure is. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of this is going to be very Yoda of me.
The past can hurt, but you can run from it or learn from it. Yeah, that's Rafiki from The Lion King.
The king has returned.
Speaking of which, his uncle.
Speaking of which, the Prothean is Wakandan.
For sure.
I
For
don't
sure.
know why. Yeah, learn from my mistakes for sure. If I had taken this quiz as early as 5 years ago, it would have been totally different. Heather Collins says, just always stay away from bounding into comics. Right.
True. It's true,
Cal says, Pep has seen me lose at Street Fighter. He knows my answer here. Yes, I do. None of them were the choices, though.
What's
okay.
up, Connor? Connor joined the chat.
What's up, Connor?
Shout out my little dude.
Your little dude. Oh, he is kind of tiny, isn't he?
Don't mean offense by it.
No, we're all small. I'm small. Well, short, but not small. What makes you happy? Being active, giving a gift, relaxing at home, seeing old friends. Oh man, it's actually like a mix between relaxing at home and seeing old friends. I would like to see old friends relaxing at home.
And that's why quarantine has been a bit of a
Yeah.
like good for some people. You can relax at home, hop on Zoom, see old friends. It's great. I'm in between giving a gift and relaxing at home. I used to be that one guy that would just like always do surprise gifts with people, and then yeah. I'm gonna go relaxing at home though.
Yeah, that's what I was leaning towards because I love giving gifts, but I seldom have a reason to. You know, as unfortunate as that may be, but the reason doesn't have to be a big reason. You know.
Yeah.
But it's seldom an occasion of me giving a gift. I will give a gift, you know, kind of casually, but not for making me happy. That seems, you know, kind of selfish of an answer. At least in this context. What makes you happy? Giving a gift. I give gifts to be happy.
No, I mean it. You know. Love is like a flame. You can, you know, use it to light a candle and then light other people's, but still have your own. You know, it's the more you give, the more you have.
I'll accept that answer. The judges will accept that answer. Kieran Barr says, we rocking with average height. Absolutely. Julia says, speak for yourself. I'm 15 feet tall. Wow. That's tall. I myself prefer partners that I can see eye to eye with. Brooke says, bye. I got 100% Wrecker. I'm surprised you didn't get 100% Boba Fett. Just as an outlier.
It just breaks the quiz, and it's like... Zemo? Like, oh, wow.
Vanessa loves surprising people with gifts. Absolutely. It was a surprise when you had that Dyad in the Force hoodie on. Thank you for the support.
Vanessa, your presence is a gift. Yeah,
absolutely.
Presence is a gift.
Yeah.
There's
no gift like the present. Right. Ben Abro says, chaps, what's the link to do this? Choco, if you can jump on that and link that again. We're running out of time, so let's move on. Relaxing at home. What's your greatest attribute? Probably, wow. Technical ability, leadership skills, bravery, compassion. Oh, man.
I'm gonna sound really conceited, but I feel like I have all of these.
No, that's very true. I'm very compassionate. I can be brave at times, although I am not always brave, which I would say is true for a lot of people. And I do have some leadership skills. I pride myself in my ability to delegate and to take responsibility. And I have a lot of technical skill. This is a tough one to answer, but I'm gonna go with the most apparent one, which is technical ability. What about you, Choco?
I had to go with compassion. I mean, that's just really what my whole platform is based off of, and trying to bring joy to others. And even when I'm in a leadership role, that's what I'm doing. Is I'm getting to know all of the people. I used to manage like 16 people, and that was my big thing, is getting to know each and every one of them on a personal level. And that way, whenever I did do delegation or had things to say, or even had to reprimand them, I can do so very personally and make sure it's tailored to them in a way that benefits them. And so all the other things I try to do with compassion.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, dang, I have buyer's remorse with that answer now. Because I feel like a lot of what we do with this community is centered or born out of compassion. You know, I started TikTok because I was tired of seeing all the hatred.
Yeah.
But Vanessa says my squeaks are a gift. No. Your squeaks are part of the package. You yourself are the gift.
Oh.
Know your self-worth.
Also, I just got to shout out Connor again, because he just picked up all 3 Aftermath books: Dark Disciple, Dooku, Jedi Lost, and Heir to the Jedi. Just a whole canon bonanza.
Which one is Dooku? Is that Age of Rebellion Dooku?
The one that just says Dooku, I don't know. I assume he meant Dooku Jedi Lost, but
oh, like replaced?
Exactly. But yeah, what percentage of Wrecker are you?
Well, the chat can see I'm nowhere near Wrecker. I am 10% Wrecker.
10%.
You don't have much in common with the burliest Bad Batcher, but that's okay. Maybe you're more of a hunter or a tech. Why not Crosshair?
Do you want to be a Crosshair?
I mean, in the current situation, no, but you normally.
Hey, you are a guy that shoots a shot, though, so I can see it. I got 25%, so 25% gang represent.
All right, on.
I can't remember who else that was, but yeah. Speaking of Wrecker, I mean, let's jump straight into episode number 4. I mean,
you're with the Julia Harith Star Wars lawyer gang. 25%ers.
Yeah, it's a good group.
Anybody in the 10%? Anybody in the 1%? None of us are in the 1% for sure. Anyways. Yes, episode 4 of The Bad Batch. What happened? Fennec Shand. The biggest question, first of all,
I was wrong. That's what happened. All of my predictions just got crapped all over.
Well, give us some examples.
I specifically said Fennec is not going to show up in this episode.
Oh, yeah. I definitely said she was going to be in this one, but I also said she was going to be in the previous one. But you know, a clock is right twice a day. Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the fact that our number one prediction, or at least our number one desire, has been completely subverted and proven wrong. Is that now that Order 66 has happened and is in the rear view, there's no possible way, unless we do a flashback a couple of days earlier, that we're going to see Grogu get rescued by anybody.
Which I'm happy about.
I'm kind of 50-50 on it, but like, you know, a lot of us were like, are we going to see Grogu get rescued by the Bad Batch or someone rescue him? And like, Order 66 came and went. We didn't see the Jedi Temple, which I'm happy for that. We're not like, you know, going with this is the show about the Bad Batch, but let's visit everyone else's story.
Exactly. I mean, this is kind of how It's actually the Marvel shows that kind of made me come to terms with this, because there's all this other stuff we want to see, all these other connections we wanted, and we're predicting, and in the end, no, it was a show about these characters who are in the title, you know, and I'm like, well, that's actually good, because I got to see how many people who were not interested in like the MCU saw WandaVision and then started to watch it for the very first time. So many people. And I'm even seeing people where The Bad Batch is their very first Star Wars show. They have not watched the Clone Wars, they have not watched Rebels. And they thought the movies were going to be boring, so they haven't been focused on it at all. I like that we have something self-contained for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Julia Christine says, "What if Grogu rescued himself?"
He bypassed the compressor?
Are there compressors on the Jedi Temple? Anyway. Well, according to Ahsoka, he didn't. Ahsoka, at least according to her interpretation of his memories, or however they communicated in The Mandalorian, she said, when Order 66 happened, he was taken from the Jedi Temple and hidden away. So someone had taken him. As to who that is, we don't know. But as of right now in the Bad Batch, we're not going to see that. And I think the next episode is going to be Rex. But I think the biggest question for me is the only ones left to take a hit in the head is Echo and Tech. And I think we're largely going to see a staggered chip activation.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of a side note, but I was so excited and I loved Tech so much, but I'm liking him less and less every single episode. He's becoming to me less Donatello and more Sheldon. So no, but I it hurt me watching Wrecker get, you know, his head knocked around again in the episode. But yeah, we'll have to see. Hopefully it's not just completely staggered. I mean, they could play the whole zombies angle where it's where slowly all of the Bad Batch turn bad except for, you know, Hunter and Omega, and they have to like fight through all of them. I hope they don't do that though. We'll see. Time will tell. I'm along for the ride, but I gotta ask, how you feel about the show overall?
I'm okay with it. You know, I'm following the story thus far. The first episode was a big one, so I'm imagining a lot of people right now have some kind of sentiment that they're disappointed with the show. Is that why you ask?
Yeah, and I'm not disappointed. I am definitely enjoying the show. Episode 1, my excitement level was super high, and of course nothing's been as long, so you can't really match it. I just haven't had the true hook set in.
Yeah.
And I think that's coming, right? Because we've just seen bits and pieces, and we've put together the players and stuff like that. So we know that the Empire is up to this. I mean, is up to something, and we know that the Kaminoans are up to something, and we know that someone is hunting Omega, and then we just need the hook to put these stories together and send them on their trajectories. And I think that's gonna really get me pumped up. I mean, I've definitely been enjoying the story. It's been after the first episode, it's been a much slower burn. But then again, that's true of every single animated Star Wars show that has ever come out.
Dyad moment, because I saw a TikTok of someone saying that they were disappointed in his mom. That's exactly what I said in response. Like in my head, I was like, as Julia says in the chat, Fern and I just recorded an entire episode about story structure and how expecting action is assuming and privileging one particular kind of storytelling. Absolutely. The first episode was a huge banger of an episode. And I like to call the ensuing episodes, or the episodes we've gotten in the recent weeks, plot pushers, which are basically just, there to develop the plot and push it along so that they're in position for big episodes that reveal the crux of the season. And this is, as Choco says, this is what happens in all shows. You are not 100% satisfied with every single episode of Clone Wars, Rebels, Mandalorian, Resistance. Every show has plot pushers, and not every single episode is going to be a banger. It's just how you create excitement.
I think I got it.
What's
if
up?
you guys haven't noticed by now, I think only in analogies, and then have to translate it so I can talk to humans. The Bad Batch is like a steak. First episode, we seared it. We got that crust. Now they're putting it on that lower temperature to cook it, get it up to that internal temperature.
We're South Viding it.
Yeah, once
Sous vide.
once we, I was like, but yeah. Once you put that all together, once it gets up to that right temperature, bam, delicious steak. And we're gonna enjoy the hell out of it. That's what the Bad Batch is. It's a delicious steak.
Yeah, it's certainly building up to something. We don't know the crux of the entire season, and the Mandalorian was largely stagnant in terms of excitement. Everyone was there for the Mandalorian, but the excitement level wasn't there until Ahsoka, Bo-Katan, Luke Skywalker. So, shows are going to have lulls, and I don't think that they're lulls. I think that they're just pushing the plot along and getting people set up to deliver the crux of the show, or at least of that season. Chris says that's exactly how I feel. Choco and Element, absolutely. Kenny Brock Jones, what's up? Welcome to the show. We are about 5 minutes out from our second qualifier. Anything about episode 4 that just kind of like we have to talk about? Fennec Shan, who is she working for? I know it ain't the Empire.
It ain't the Empire. The only reasonable guess from what we have, in my opinion, is the Kaminoans right, because they've already contracted bounty hunters for training, for the clones themselves. So they got the hookup, and they did talk about needing something.
Mm-hmm.
And we know it wasn't, average clone DNA, because they have a ton of those. We know it wasn't necessarily mutated clone DNA, because they have Crosshair physically there, unless they didn't use Crosshair because they don't want to alert the Empire to what they're doing. But I don't know. Yeah, my money's on the Kaminoans, especially because they wanted her alive.
That's true. That's very plausible. Harith says Cad Bane hired Fennec. I don't see the story thread there.
Yeah, it could be possible, but that's throwing a dart randomly.
Yeah. If Rex is in the next episode, I'm going to freak out. I think that's going to be the next episode that people kind of, jump rope over.
And for Carter, he says, what time is the Kahoot? The Kahoot starting in 4 minutes.
Yes. 4 minutes.
Julia Christine says to me, talk to humans. Hey, Choco, is there something you need to tell us? Yeah, I'm actually Corin. But we don't need to talk about that right now.
We don't. And I'm actually Yoden. Rex definitely is going to be in the next episode. They're on their way to Ida Floor. It's largely uninhabited, and it's a great place to hide. And what does Rex need after the Tribune? After that cruiser crashes? Ahsoka and Rex need to split up, and he needs to find a place to hide. So therefore, Ida Floor seems like one of those places. And so they're on their way to Ida Floor. I think Ida Floor is New Julia, yes. I don't recall it ever being mentioned anywhere else. Choco?
Yeah, I think we won't see Rex until we get the activation of someone's chip. I think
Okay.
someone's chip needs to start activating. If it's going to be Wrecker, they're going to have to subdue Wrecker, and then they're going to be like, how do we fix him? Well, we know Rex is around. How did he do it? We have to find Rex. That's how I see it.
All right, $20.
I did not say that.
I'm just kidding. So I say Rex is in the next episode. He's going to be on Idaflor, and you say that Rex requires a chip activation. Okay. Well, it makes sense. I see where you're coming from as well, because they would seek him out, right? Because his chip, he removed his chip. One thing's for sure, when they meet Rex and they do their whole rigmarole around removing chips, Wolf and Gregor have to be present in some way, shape, or form, because going straight into Rebels, we kind of need a story as to how they remove their chips, because we only have Rex right now, unless we're just going to be relegated to they remove their chips. That's it. That's the only explanation. Chris says Hunter's chip activates and Rex has to fight him. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind, but we are a minute out from our second qualifier of the Dyad Trivia Tournament. This one is on Clone Wars, guys. What name do we put in the Kahoot? You put the name that you want to be known as, and that's how we're going to contact you, and all of that good jazz. If you put in a name that is unrecognizable, we'll have trouble contacting you.
Speaking of which, Tommy P, I do need to get your contact information better. So I don't know if you're if you can message me on Instagram, or if you are part of our public server and can reach out. But yeah, I want to see what that see how I can reach you better. So please reach out.
All right. So it is 3 p.m. It is time for the Kahoot. Let us switch stages. It's time for the Kahoot. So here is the pin. Questions will be displayed on your device.
And unlike previous weeks, we both put together this one, so neither of us can take it, but we are excited to see how everyone does.
You will be reading the questions also, so if you want to take it in a pseudonym and fail intentionally.
That I can certainly do.
Chris says, time for a death battle. Goku wins. We got Neepy, Austin, Sidhu, Mentally Ill Sith, 3P, oh my. Julia Christine, Darth Porkins, Star Wars Lawyer, Kivu Kiran. Tommy P, you're already qualified, sir. Just saying, if you win again, it's not gonna help your chances in the final trivia. It's not like you get initial points. Ted with the head, Darth Silas, Qui-Gon Jim 99, Master 2187, Masa underscore or Masa blank, Harith B Dazzler, Cart2D2, Dan Solo, Logan Brancho, Ethan Skywalker, Kenny Brock John, Aussie 23, OG, Butter Pecan, Ice Bronx, Sabri, LTA Star Wars. We have a lot of entrants this week. Also, Choco and I have double and triple confirmed and verified this quiz, so hopefully there are no factual mistakes. I just found a binder full of old Pokemon cards. That's
awesome.
Awesome. Jesse says, am I confident I'll win? No. Am I here to have a good time? Yes. That's the best attitude to have, Jesse. But of course, there's always going to be, other chances for you guys to qualify for this trivia tournament. We're going to have a Rebels one next week. A Rebels focused quiz. And then we are going to go into... what do you want to do? What do you want to do the week after? The prequels or the sequels?
Just to mix it up, I think next week we should go sequels.
Okay.
And then after that we can hit the prequels and then High Republic.
Nice. So next week is the Rebels qualifier. The week after that is going to be the sequels qualifier, and then the week after that is going to be the High Republic qualifier. For all of those people who have been keeping up with iRepublic comics, the books, this is your time to shine. This is your time to qualify. I mean, chances are you can probably come into this quiz and guess all the answers, but if you know the material, you're 100% going to qualify. If you haven't qualified already, this is your opportunity to. Austin says, Mr. Element, you can call me Element. I have my Discord name on the Kahoot. Is that fine? I friended Mr. Choco. Yes, absolutely, that's fine, as long as we have a way to contact you. Is there a prequels? Oh, that's right. After the sequels, we will hit up the prequels and then High Republic?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So remember, this one is Clone Wars specific. You're not going to get any prequels questions in here.
Yes. This isn't prequels era. This isn't prequel movies. This is Clone Wars the show. Then next week is the Rebels show. And then the week after that is the sequel trilogy movies. And then the week after that is the prequel movies. Okay? So we're not doing eras here. We're doing the specific mediums. So this week is the Clone Wars. Then the next week is the show. And next week is the movies. Next week is the prequels. And then the next week is High Republic. That's the only era because there's books and comics. I wonder, should we do a week with Mandalorian?
Yeah, let's do it.
Of course, we're gonna have a Mandalorian qualifier as well, and then by the end of it, we'll have a pretty sizable amount of qualifiers or people that are qualified. I'm gonna wait another 2 minutes for the next entrant, and if there's no new entrants in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to start this quiz. Charlie Baton says, are you including the Clone Wars movie? We are not. This is just the Clone Wars show.
So Mando one, as well as let's do a Rebels one.
Next week is the Rebels one, yes.
Oh, sorry, I got myself mixed up.
Resistance?
No. No. Star Wars Lord says, Choco, where's the Jaina Solo quiz? I mean, that can be arranged. I will say we did briefly talk about doing Legends content, but it's too messy. It's too all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, let's say I did a question on lightsaber color meanings, right? Well, those meanings don't expand beyond Knights of the Old Republic. So they didn't mean anything to the hundreds of books prior to it or any of the other books after it.
Yeah.
So like even within itself, the questions contradict the answers would contradict each other. So
Tarkin hate quiz.
Leo Garvey, are you having trouble entering? You can go to kahoot.it and enter the game pin.
The pin is 3535989. We are getting people back. We lost a couple people. We gained people back. Is Resistance decent? I haven't watched it. Seeing as it's canon, it would behoove you to watch it. It gets good after episode 6 into season 2. It's not like one of those standout shows that you have to watch, but you know, it's good to have seen it, to have that context around that story, since it is canon.
Yeah, it's an enjoyable, like he said, it starts out slow, but I always tell people I legitimately watched all of the second season in one sitting because I was hooked on it. I think the second season is just as strong as just about anything, and I think all Star Wars shows have a slow start.
Yeah. 2187 says, could do a canon guess the lightsaber quiz where all the questions are whose saber is this, with a picture of the saber.
I couldn't do that. Shoot.
Yeah, not everybody has the lightsaber collection book. I don't, which I'm regretting. Do we know if the First Order only recruited humans as their stormtroopers? Yes.
Yeah, only humans. Which makes sense if you're trying to mass produce an army and you don't want to have custom armor pieces for different species and things like that. They really just wanted to mass produce stuff.
Yeah. It pains me to have to go back to work instead of playing Kahoot. Oh, Carter. I'm sorry. But there's always a tomorrow. I mean, there's always next week. We have a lot of qualifiers incoming for different sections or sectors of Star Wars that I'm sure a lot of people will have different expertises in, and we'll definitely have a solo Rogue One as well. I will start this quiz in the next 2 minutes, no matter who joins. We have to get this started.
So Star Wars Lore says, wait, that means Lando and Kasha don't end up together? Kasha is from
Is that One Shot?
Last Shot.
Last Shot,
right?
One Shot.
The Twi'lek. Sorry, my mind at first went to Legends with Tendra. He actually does marry a woman named Tendra, but yeah.
All right, we have a minute left. Get your joins in, folks. We're gonna start in less than 50 seconds, no matter what. How many questions is this quiz? Every qualifier will be 30 question quiz. Yes, we are doing a Rogue One qualifier as well. We're doing one for almost everything, basically. We might even do one for Satil Shan. If we're gonna get a Jaina Solo one, we're gonna have a Satil Shan quiz as well.
I don't know whether or not we're doing a solo one, but
we may do like an anthology movies.
Yeah,
I can make how about for the anthology movies one? I will do solo. You will do Rogue One.
Perfect.
All right. Let's start the quiz. Choco, you are proctoring. Take it away.
All right. It's loading. In season 7, which planet does Rex find and rescue Echo? So, is it Anaxis, Skako Minor, Onderon, or Cedrus Minor? Not to be confused with Idris Elba. It's different.
Idris Minor. Looks like we started off with a pretty easy question. A couple of people got it wrong.
Sorry, Jesse. Also, I am Butter Pecan, and I'm going to get every question wrong. I'm just doing it so I can see the quiz, because he's the one that's hosting it.
Aussie23 is in the lead. Star Wars Lawyer, Julia Christine, Dan Solo, Qui-Gon Jim 99. Let's see if this leaderboard stays the same.
When Yoda enters the dark side cave on Dagobah, what is his vision of? I like how Vanessa put Vanessa Skako Minor. Vanessa, you don't have to put your own name.
Skekamina. Well, you know, a lot of people. This is the answer is Sidious, but we threw people a bone and thought people were going to confuse the vision with Order 66, but everything that Yoda sees is before Order 66. But y'all got it right anyway. There's the bone. Enjoy it. It's not going to be there anymore. Oh, leaderboard has shifted. Next question.
In what season of the Clone Wars is the Mortis arc? Season 2, Season 4, Season 5, or Season 3? I probably should have just read it in the numerical order, but still.
Ethan Skywalker says the device crashed. No, I wonder if you can refresh.
Yeah, try to refresh, see if it lets you back in. If you miss one question, it's not the end of the world. Aw, Ethan's given up. That's sad.
The answer, of course, was Season 3. I wonder how devices crash. That's a horrible question to say. I'm sorry. Devices will crash.
Like, didn't you work in game?
Yeah. I mean, but this is a browser.
In the first episode of the Clone Wars, what 3 clones are accompanying Yoda? Is it Hawk, Kite, and Burner? Remy, Spade, and Jenks? Reese, Jack, and Thyre? Heavy, Hardcase, and Droid Bait? Which 3 were accompanying Yoda on the very first episode?
This one's causing people to think about it. Will there be ads on the stream? What ads in which stream? Because there's never ads on this stream. Unless it's beforehand. Like a skippable ad. But I have no ads on this stream. The answer, of course, was Reese, Jack, and Thyre.
Leaderboard shift?
Yeah, there it is. Next question.
On what planet was the Zillo Beast found? Was it Malastare, Toydaria, Seleucami, or Florum? If your name is Satil, you might say Seleucami instead of Seleucami, but you know, to each their own. Potato.
Yeah. My name is not Satil, but I worship her, so Seleucami. The answer, of course, was Malastare. Let's see what the leaderboard is. Shifted a little bit. Yeah, Julia Christine and Aussie 23 are holding it down on the top spots.
Nice.
Will Satil ever be canon? Next question.
Uh-oh, where did that tab go? I lost it.
What is...
Go for it. What is the name of the Venator class cruiser Ahsoka, Rex, and Jesse, and the 332nd Crash in? Is it the Arbiter, Parliament, Tribunal, or Vindictus?
Ship questions should be illegal. Levi says, missed this today, guys. Sorry, hope everyone has a good game. Levi, you're already qualified, so you are not at all in the, required to participate.
Cal caught when you said the answer earlier, and then we laughed. You weren't supposed to catch that, Cal. Stop it.
Yeah, I caught myself earlier. Cal caught it, though. It was a good catch. Kivu Kirin takes the second spot from Julia. Julia with those ship questions. Uh-oh. Next question.
What Mandalorian is voiced by Jon Favreau? Is it Pre Vizsla, Tal Merrick, Olmec, or Corky Kryze?
I was expecting after turmeric, it's turmeric, cilantro. Nice. The answer, of course, was Pre Vizsla. And leaderboard hasn't changed. Next question.
Double points. When Yoda asks Anakin to help him escape the temple in Voices, what does Yoda say sets Anakin apart from others?
This one's a toughie.
His individuality, disobedience, destiny, or spontaneity?
This one's a toughie. A thinker. I love that.
Julia, I did you dirty. Sorry, Julia. There's no ill intent.
Huh? Oh, no ill intent. Oh, this one. God, people. This, of course, is spontaneity. He says it while he's trying to ask Anakin to help him escape so that he can investigate Qui-Gon's voice and go to Dagobah. And the leaderboard has seen a complete shift. Julia is in the lead. Kenny Brock John in second. Woo! Chris in third. Aussie 23 and Masa. That was a huge shift.
Awesome.
Next question.
In The Lawless, what does Bo-Katan use to set Obi-Wan free from his restraints? Was it the Darksaber, a gauntlet dagger, a vibro knife, or did she use Obi-Wan's lightsaber?
Julia is feeling the Force right now.
Neepy, don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. So I'm definitely not qualifying this one. Yeah, you don't have to give up. I have seen these come around. I have joined a quiz around up question 9 and still, like, you never know.
I mean, but you're Choco.
You see how big the shifts in the leaderboard is. It's great.
So, of course, the answer was Obi-Wan's lightsaber. Ozzy takes Chris's spot. Next question.
Why did Palpatine order Dooku to kill Asajj Ventress? She flirts too much? She failed her mission? Rule of 2? Or she was arrogant? I feel bad because I kind of spoiled this after I'd created the quiz and forgot I did so.
How did you do that? Oh, you made a video about it? Yes, it was because of the rule of 2. Or more precisely, Sidious no longer saw her as just an assassin and thus invoked the rule of 2. Wow, Brooke has taken 5th. She may qualify.
Nice. In orders, Fives runs into which clone at bar 79 in the bathroom? Did he run into Hardcase, Heavy, Kix, or Jesse?
This one's a tough one. Clone questions are always tough for me. I had to look this one up myself because tattoos aren't. The only tattoo I recognize is crosshairs and 5s because it's a 5.
And Jesse's.
Yes, Kix was the answer.
Nice, great job. A lot more people knew that right off the bat. I would have. Y'all are doing better in this quiz than I would have done.
Yeah. Only one shift in the leaderboard. Julia Christine is holding on to that first place. Next question.
Who found Ahsoka as a child and brought her to the Jedi Order? Was it Ki-Adi-Mundi? Was it Plo Koon? Was it Kit Fisto? Or was it Sifo Dyas?
A lot of people chimed in immediately. The answer, of course, was Plo Koon. Found her on Chili. I mean, crosshairs is a crosshair, so one would hope. Be quiet. The leaderboard is staying the same. Let's see if we can get another shift in there.
What species is the youngling Ganudi? Did I pronounce it correct? Ganudi?
Gennady.
Is Gennady a Wookiee, an Ithorian, a Nautolan, or a Rhodian?
Ooh. Lots of confusion.
Scion.
Confucius. She, of course, was the Rhodian. Gunji was the Wookiee. Biff was the Ithorian. And Zat was the Nautolan. Ooh! Ozzy has taken first. Brooke has taken fourth. This is good. This is good shift here.
Ooh. What special force ability does Quinlan Voss use to track people down? Does he use psychometry? Does he use two Dominus, telepathy, or Shatterpoint?
He used Vopad.
I would love to see it. If any non Deepa Balaba
Depa Billaba.
if there was a third user, I would put Quinlan Voss up for it, you know?
Absolutely. His special force ability is Segsy.
Levi says he uses arthritis.
Yeah. Arthritis. Of course, the answer was psychometry. And the leaderboard stays the same. Next question.
What is the designation of Goldie, the droid spy that replaced R2-D2? Is it R5-D4, R3-S6, R4-9E, or R4-G9? And yes, all of these are actual droids in Star Wars.
We need more of Quinlan. We do. Ooh, almost an even split down across the board. With the answer being, of course, R3-S6. I just watched this episode. I knew rewatching the first season would be helpful. Right on.
Frickin' Goldie. Yeah, R5 was on Tatooine, and the other two are the two separate droids that Obi-Wan used. R4-9E was the one that was Rip in Pepperonis by the Buzz droids, and was replaced with the third one. I can't see it anymore. I forget it. With the other R4 unit, who was programmed as a female, but was on his ship when he went to Utapau.
Sarbury's up 4 places. Darth Silas has joined the podium. And Brooke has taken 3rd place. It is now Ozzy, Julia, and Brooke in the top 3. Very, very good job. Next question.
Double points. It's a big one. When Master Krell addresses Rex, you are making a mistake by crossing me. Clone. How does Rex respond? And by Master Krell, we mean Pong Krell. But does he say, "It's Rex, sir"? Or "Don't call me that"? Or "I am not"? Or does he say, "It's Captain, sir"?
We don't like Krell here. I don't think anybody does. He responds sassily, technically. I'll add that to the answer bucket next time. How does he respond? Sassily? Of course, it's Captain, sir. Was the answer. Alrighty again. Oh, Chris is back on the leaderboard. Next question.
What is the home of the galaxy's most notorious slave empire? Is it Nal Hutta, Ord Mantell, Tatooine, or Zygeria?
This one's a tough one. Ooh. A lot of people got it right. I thought I was gonna trick people. But yes, this line actually comes from the exposition. As Anakin and Ahsoka go to the home Sigeria, home to the galaxy's most notorious slave empire.
Meanwhile, on Zygeria.
Good job, guys. Log Branch has joined the podium. That's an interesting shift. Masa is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Let's hope.
Love this, Brooke. Do I only know the answer because I simp? When meeting Obi-Wan Kenobi again, what does Maul say fueled his survival? His singular rage, his singular anger, his singular pain, or his singular hatred?
This one's a doozy. Ooh, that's a large percentage of correct. Very, very nice. Fueled by my singular hatred for you.
Yeah, I mean, one of my claim to fame is when I did that Maul rap, I actually got Sam Witwer to like and retweet it. So
absolutely, that is a very large claim to fame.
yeah, and that was one of my lines.
Oh, was it really fueled by my singular hatred for you?
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. I don't remember it. Who was that? Like a year ago already? Couple months? No, it was last year though.
Yeah, it was probably December, something like that.
Anakin put the moves on the Zygerian Queen. Yes, he did. Kenny Brock John has taken 3rd place. Next question.
While traveling illegally to Raxus, who did Padme meet with? Was it Carice Sindian? Was it Mina Bonteri? Was it Bail Organa? Or was it Gregor Typho? You gotta question the council's judgment, though, sending Anakin, a former slave, and a Toguda.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
The answer, of course, was Mina Bontari. Austin says, I don't like that episode. Yeah.
If you know who Carice Sindian is, you would recognize that Padme ain't meeting with her. Lady Carice is a horrible person. I shouldn't say that.
You should.
Oh, Theodore got it. Awesome. I appreciate you, Theodore.
Leaderboard has stayed the same. Kahoot stiffed me. I'm coming for you, Log Branch. Oh, we got some threats being lobbed.
What is the name of Kit Fisto's former Padawan? Is it Katuni? Is it Barris Offee? Is it Adi Kalia? Is it Nadar Veb?
Dang. It slipped through. That is, in fact...
It's my spelling mistake, so it's all good.
Of course, the answer was Nadar Veb.
Jesse says Grievous Rug. His name was Grievous Rug. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Star Wars Lawyer did come for Log Branch and, in fact, Brooke. So R.I.P. Log Branch. Let's see if you can take that back from Star Wars Lawyer.
Yeah, let's go, Chris. When Anakin, Ayla, and Ahsoka crash land on Maradun, what is the species of people that rescue them? Were they Asari? Were they Pantorans? Were they Lurmen? Or were they Zygerian?
This one's a toughie, but a lot of people got it. The answer was, in fact, Lurmen. Excuse me.
Yeah, the fact that Lurmen is just lemurs spelled with letters moved around is They're not doing a lot of heavy lifting with well on the creativity portion, but
There-
that's okay.
Well, there is no N, so they added the N.
True.
Oh, Brooke has surpassed Chris, taking back the 4th place. Let's go.
And of course, Levi caught the Asari reference. When Tup's inhibitor chip malfunctions, who does he kill? Is it
Uh-oh.
Tiplee or Tiplar? Tiplee or Tiplar?
Very nice. Tiplar was the correct answer. She was the yellow one, and Tiplee was the pinkish one.
Tiplee met a different end. On the tip of Dooku's lightsaber.
Mm-hmm. Julia has retaken 1st place. Cad Bane has entered the leaderboard, and Chris, Star Wars lawyer.
This is an exciting quiz. I mean, look, a lot of movement.
Yes, a lot. And there's still 7 questions left.
In Cat and Mouse, who did Anakin use the stealth ship against? Was it Admiral Trench? Was it Super Tactical Droid? Was it General Kalani? Or General Grievous? And yes, Levi, Tiplee does get killed in Son of Dathomir.
Right on. Everyone knew it was Admiral Trench. Good job, guys. The leaderboard has stayed the same.
How many Jedi did Cad Bane kill when contracted to steal the holocron from the Jedi Temple? Did he kill 1 Jedi, 2 Jedi, 3 Jedi, or 4?
This one's tough. Just given the close proximity of each answer. The answer, of course, was 2. Who did he kill?
Yes, he killed someone before it started in order to gain access, as well as Master Bala Rapal in order to gain access to the get what he needed to gain access to the holocron. Bala Rapal being the Rhodian and master.
Oh, Brooke has dropped down. Still qualifier spots, but Kivu Kieran has gone straight up to 4th place.
In the Mortis arc, how does the daughter die? Killed by brother? Saving Ahsoka? Sadness? Saving the father?
Let's see what people go for. Correct. A lot of people thought killed by brother.
Jesse, I feel like you have clicked the wrong one a lot. Now, as you recall, she saves Ahsoka by transferring her life force into her, and that's why she is followed around everywhere by Morai.
Yes. She was stabbed, but
She did get stabbed. She didn't die from it.
yeah.
She got better.
She got better. Rika.
It turned me into a newt.
Oh my goodness. Brooke has fallen off of the podium. Make sure
Brooke will be back.
Make sure she
Brooke
has
will be
some
back.
cushions. Cad Bane has entered 4th place. Ozzy has retaken 1st place. Next question.
In what season did Ahsoka start wielding 2 lightsabers? Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, or Season 4?
Ooh. Ooh. A lot of people thought Season 3.
I myself thought Season 3, but it's not. I went through all of the episodes, starting at the season 3 finale and moving backwards. And yeah, it starts in season 4.
Very, very interesting indeed. Levi says bad bitch. Bad bitch. I don't think she says it like that. The bad bitch. Yeah. It's not that bad of a thick accent. No, I'm not part of the bad batch. Bad bitch. Julia Christine back in first place as I try to work out my Omega impression.
Ahsoka foiled Aurra Singh's plan to assassinate Padme on what planet? Was that on Coruscant? Was it on Alderaan? Was it on Naboo? Or was it on Nar Shaddaa?
Now Harith
Austin.
says he swears Ahsoka had dual lightsabers in Mortis.
You fought Anakin with a single lightsaber.
You know what? That's like Mandela effect too. Harith, I remember the same thing, but if Choco checked. The answer, of course, was Alderaan, but Tommy P is saying her Shoto was in season 3.
I will be happy to double check, but I did.
Tommy P, if you have information as to when exactly it is, we could.
And to answer Austin, the next qualifier will be next week.
Xcore Gamer Skill says, I just watched Mortis. She has one saber.
Mm-hmm.
And she also has one saber in the season 3 finale as well.
Yes.
Chris has the receipts.
All right. Chris, go ahead and DM me on Discord.
According to the interwebs? This is very confusing. We're going to move on and then come back to that later.
What Jedi Master were they trying to rescue from the Citadel? Was that Master Seishi Tin? Was it Yaddle? Was it Apo Rancisis? Or Master Even Peel?
It's like Keegan Peel. Or Key and Peel. And the answer, of course, was Evan Peel.
Yes.
Julia Christine is still in first place. Ozzy 23 in the second. Kenny in the third. Cad Bane in fourth. Kivu Kirin in fifth.
What is the color of the second lightsaber Obi-Wan Kenobi uses to fight against Maul and Savage? Was it blue or was it green? And for those of you who are thinking red when he used Asage's, he used another lightsaber prior to that.
Ding, 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 ding. It was blue. Moving on. The leaderboard has not changed. What are the names of the sisters that Ahsoka meets on Coruscant when she's no longer a Jedi? Is it Trace and Rafa or Kaden and Miara? The answer, of course, was Trace and Rafa. All right. we'll take care of that question, guys, after this quiz. I'm pretty sure that question is inconsequential at this point.
Yes, but we will be able to check it out and take a look here. So, I can't see what the end leaderboard is.
So in third place we had Kenny Brock John, second place Aussie 23, and in first place was Julia Christine. In fourth place was Cad Bane, and fifth Kivu Kieran. So time to update my qualifiers.
Yes, however, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Kivu Kieran already qualify? So grab the sixth as well.
No, he did not.
Oh no. Okay.
Cad Bane, Kenny Brock John, Aussie 23, and Julia Christine. Very, very nice, guys.
In the case, so the top 5 people will all qualify. I'm gonna go back through, and if that single question that was incorrect, because I did get a screenshot of her using 2 lifesavers before, so if that makes a difference, then we will include anyone else that would, right? So we're gonna add and not take away from.
Mm-hmm. But yes, that is the end of the Kahoot. Congratulations again to Kivu Kieran, to Cad Bane, to Kenny Brock John, Aussie 23, and Julia Christine for qualifying. Next week's qualifier will be Rebels show. That will be next week. Choco, will that be on Saturday or Sunday?
That'll be on Saturday. We will typically do these on Saturday, but I had to take my wife to see some dolphins yesterday. So
they're so cute. So romantic.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Absolutely. So yes, next week, Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific will be the start of Dyad in the Force, and at 6 p.m. that day as well will be the Kahoot qualifier for Rebels.
There were not nearly enough clone questions. I would have done better. And I feel like one of the problems with doing these types of quizzes is it becomes the discretion of the people making the quiz.
Yes.
I'm terrible at clone questions, so I don't include a lot of them. But
I tried my best to include as many as possible. But there's a lot to cover. There's 7 seasons and lots of clones. Lots of stories to do. So did we get confirmation as to her saber status in season 3?
Yes, I did get a screenshot of her wielding both sabers in season 3.
Why is she wielding one when she fights Anakin?
I don't know. Just in case, if you wouldn't mind saving the top 10, just to see if there is any shakeups, then
how do I see the top 10 is my question, because I can't see it.
Well, we'll check that out after the quiz. I mean, after we wrap.
Okie dokie. So yes, thank you guys for tuning in. That is the end of the show. Let's take a look at who is here. Austin Sea-Doo, Brooke, Cad Bane, Calfor, Charlie Baton, Kieran Barr, Darth Porkins, DePaul, Harith Productions, Julia Christine, Kenny Brock Jones, Levi Bond, Logan Brancho, Masa, Master 2187, Mentally Ill Sith Lord, Neepy, Qui-Gon Jim 99, Star Wars Lawyer, Theodore Calv, Tommy P, X-Core Gamer Skills. Thank you guys for tuning in to the show. Congratulations to the qualifiers of this week. Next week, Saturday, 5 p.m. is the next Dyad in the Force. 6 p.m. is the next qualifier with Rebels. So start watching Rebels. Do your homework and all that good stuff. This is both of our favorite shows, and we will endeavor to make this quiz 100% foolproof.
Also, since there are less seasons of Rebels, we get to dive in a bit deeper.
Yes, absolutely. But I feel like we're also going to stay away from what season does this happen. I think we need to be more specific with our answers in terms of like, we'll get there when we start making this quiz. But for sure, we are going to try our very best to be as infallible as possible with these quizzes. But next week is going to be Rebels, so come back for that. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. That is the end. On to the next one.
We are all the Republic.
For light and life.
And may the Force be with you. Always.